It's like Spectral Throw. We always have Molten Strike. Oh, we can see the DPS. So 43, 180. So Double Strike kind of wins on... Yeah, I'll just go Double Strike on that, and I'll do Flicker Strike there. So it can kind of warp around. Alright, to the Prisoner's Gate. Yeah, so once we get Frenzy Charges, I bet I can do some interesting nonsense. But until then, we'll just have to deal. Okay. It's a bit expensive. But it does give me some interesting tools to roll with. Okay, let's see if I can group a bunch of guys up. Can I just use that forever? Except for the extreme cost. Oh, damn. Alright, fine. So I might get rid of... I might go back to Cleave just because Whirling Blades is awesome, but also extraordinarily expensive. Yeah, Flicker Strike seems like it would be insanely good. Okay, let's throw Cleave back on here instead of Whirling Blades, because I just... Oh, wait, no. Right, the life gain on hit. Oops. So do we want the extra... We want the extra fire damage on Double Strike. Okay, I'll just hold on to these. Whirling Blades isn't a main attack, it's for fast movement. Ah, good to know. Okay. Oh, we're using Double Strike because I don't have Cleave set back up. T is... Eek. My poor setup. It got so confused. Oh, shit, I'm dying. Didn't even realize. This asshole is hurty. Okay, so let's rethink specific strategies. So, I guess if I do E... E is good for Cleave, I think. I'm gonna keep Double Strike there. Alright, this kind of works. It's a bad build. Or bad setup. Diamond Shrine. Oh, I guess we're done with the challenge or something. Yeah, if I could get Double Strike to have the... Well, I guess that's one other option. Live without Cleave, get life gain on hit support. Oh. I'll just live without Cleave for a little while. We've always got the, Molten Strike. But if I can do Double Strike life gain on hit, I bet we can just kind of mow through people. And stay fairly healthy. Eventually, I would like to try the Flicker Strike build. And just be like a teleporting in, murder everybody. So Diamond Shrines make it so you have... can I? Ah, cool. So I can teleport not just to targets, but maybe my cursor? Could be wrong about that. Helpful, though. Yeah, so I'll look into it. Yeah, do we... I don't even know where we see frenzy charges and whether or not I have any. Yeah. Gonna take a lot of getting used to my skills. Alright, so we want Orb Chance, Log Swords, any of these other ones useful? No, unfortunately my inventory is starting to fill up on, like, good things, so it's probably better that I... It's probably better that I just hold off on them. Okay. This is new for you. Stay with the road first. I'm probably fine. Or do you mean that's where I'm, like, gonna find the next town or whatever? Because I'm not too worried about damage yet. With Double Strike giving me health on every hit, I'm fairly damaging. And I can keep myself going. That's a boring treasure chest. There's nothing there. Can I... Oh, okay, so I need a target. Unfortunately, the barrel doesn't count. But the other one does. Okay, well, people are saying head for the road because story stuff. Rightio! Ah, longsword is a two-hander. Flame Hellion of Evasion. Now, is that... Oh, I'm still out of juice. I had something going for a second there. It was... Oh, hi. What do we got here? Oh, are these the...
blade in need of forging, duelist.
Bye. Okay, yeah, so we need to do that. So we gotta find another way into the forest, because Pete is, I guess, some kind of jerk? I don't know. Well, let's just roll through these guys. Yeah, I mean, it looks like double strike is pretty good. I love my my weapon chuck. It does so little damage right now. We'll have to work on it later. But yeah, thanks for telling me to go back. Unfortunately, these maps don't have like kind of your classic game design. Well, I guess it had a road. But like with a lot of game design specifically, there's kind of that baseline. What do I want to? Kind of knowledge of like where you're supposed to go next. Sometimes, if a game is made really well, it kind of guides you subtly. So you generally go where the developers want you to go first. It doesn't always work out that way, and some games get like really nutsy. Like freaking Dark Souls 1. First time I ever played it, I ended up fighting Pin first. First boss I ever fought, and I never beat him because, boy, is he not a friendly boss fight. And I don't really regret doing that because it was kind of an interesting introduction, but it was also kind of frustrating because it's like, I would like to like learn how to play this game. People said it was hard, but like I didn't expect it would be this hard. Turns out I was playing the game completely incorrectly. Whoops. My inventory is full again. There's one thing I don't like about these games. Inventory management kind of becomes a bit of a problem. Do we take the goat's horn with us? We could. I understand they don't want you to just loot everything, but to some degree it's annoying. Oh, that's okay. Anything new here? Nope.
Welcome.
What do we got? So I got the longsword, not good. Rusted spikes is not going to be as good as what I got. We do have a chainmail vest. I don't know about the spike club. Or the drift... Well, definitely not the driftwood club. I'll check out the other vests and stuff in a second. Because it might be better than what I've got on. Though, I guess they're missing the linked skills. Okay, spiked club does... I guess if we do alt, we can see. So, they're both... Okay, so we're looking at the glyph barb. So glyph barb does much lower minimum, has elemental, attacks per second, about the same, weapon range, eh. Oh, +1 to level of socketed melee gems. Extra physical damage, attack speed, accuracy, light radius versus dex, a bunch of things. I'm leaning, I'm gonna go with the club. I'm gonna hold on to it for a second. Because this way we can mix, Molten Strike... Or Cleave. Let's do Cleave instead of Molten Strike, maybe. With chance to bleed. Okay. Oh, my skills are rebindable if I don't want to do Quirt. I like Quirt, though. Okay, so next up, is this better? Which is better? So my current armor has better stats. Yeah, I don't know why I'd switch with Fate Skin. I guess the stun and block recovery would be nice. The maximum energy shield is meh.
Still alive, are
yeah, I'll just keep looking for something that fits a bit better than those.
Farewell.
Now let's go drop off all of this gunk. At some point I'll know what each one of them does. Oh, did we get another chance to bleed? We had. I don't think I bought it. Oh, let's put away Vigilant Strike. In retrospect, we don't need it. There's also Whirling Blades. I'm going to hold on to the Glyph Barb just in case it messes up my skills. Oh, that's actually a very important thing. I should look at this. Double Strike. No, main hand melee weapon. Flicker Strike. Nope, doesn't look like it. I was worried that it was going to do one of those where I couldn't use it because I got the club in my hand. Might still, actually. Oh, can't do Cleave. Well, I'll live without Cleave because we got Molten Strike. I wish I could almost switch him out. Which Cleave wasn't so finicky. But that's okay. And gem level up. I don't even know which gem that was. Anything cool down here? Nope. Never is, but that's fine. The Burning Menace. Should really actually like see what some of these status effects are. Oh, that's just the burnt ground. Okay. So that Diamond Shrine really does not last long. I guess not that it's a particularly big deal. I'm noticing the prices on my skills are getting a bit tough. Oh, it's one of these guys. Oh, that was fast. I mean, we're definitely chewing through guys a lot faster. We've got a lot more skills. Sometimes I wonder if I should not have gone for a more of a caster type character just for the sake of expediency. It always feels like casters are slightly less durable, but maybe less effort, less focus required to play them. I guess it really does depend on the caster. Oh, and we're in the ship graveyard. Okay.
I almost feel sorry for these doomed sea dogs.
So after this, we like go straight down. There's like a weird moment in this build where it just goes... Oh, wait, no. It goes up this path to get around and over here or something.
Calm stands before us and looks out to the raging sea. He sings, calls, screams to our ancestors to come to our aid. He offers them gifts of old, a feast of heart and mind, muscle and marrow, cooked in the fire and rock of this angry land. We have not practiced these ways in so many years, only in the...
Oh, goddammit.
Calm stands before us and looks out to the raging sea. He sings, calls, screams to our ancestors to come to our aid. He offers them gifts of old, a feast of heart and mind, muscle and marrow, cooked in the fire and rock of this angry land. We have not practiced these ways in so many years. Only in the darkest of times, most desperate of times, do we perform these oldest of rituals. Only here and now may we sacrifice and consume our own. Only in our King can we trust this return to our ancient selves.
Frankly, I would have been surprised if you hadn't recognized me. Yes, 'tis I, Captain Sigmund Fairgraves, wave tamer, pirate bane, and conveyor of civilization to barbaric lands. So, what am I doing here? Apart from blowing my own bugle? I'm marooned, languishing, thanks to a pair of pretty blue eyes. Stuck fast in the filthy mud of Wraeclast, thanks to one sultry little slave girl. I liberated her from the flesh pits of Trathos, and she repaid me in full with sleight of hand and swift feet. Turned the coat of my first mate, took my hard-earned all-flame, and with it the wind out of my sails. Find my all-flame, I beg of you. Till I feel its warmth again, I'm trapped here, high and dry, until the sun's final setting. My loveliest neighbor in this most salubrious of neighborhoods. Facing Mervale and finding my Allflame are two mutually exclusive endeavors. I'd much prefer you to live to see your errand fulfilled, although it is possible that my wayward slave girl fell prey to one of Mervale's slithering progeny. If that be the case, you look resourceful enough to handle a tentacled wench or two. But if Mervale herself has my flame, be very wary. That necklace of hers provides the old siren with some subtle wiles indeed.
Goodbye.
May fair winds favor you.
See you, dude. Okay, so it looks like we've got some kind of dungeon thing, or no, this is where I came in. Okay, so we're looking for some chick. You know, I'm gonna be honest with you, I'm not really sure why you'd betray a dude that saved your ass from a slave pit. I guess maybe you're just like a really broken person. I don't know. Either that or maybe he wasn't actually as good of a person as he makes himself out to be. Both are entirely valid, now that I'm thinking about it. I guess honestly, storytelling is kind of secondary to gameplay in this game, so it doesn't surprise me too much that, you know, there's some kind of odd bits here and there. Should probably pay more attention for some medium life flasks now that I'm thinking about it. Really like these strong boxes. They're neat. Uh-oh. Oh, I see. We just had to level it up. Swords! Yeah, go figure it doesn't do a whole lot of DPS. It's because it's stupid. It's got range. I don't say anything else super useful here. That is so satisfying. And honestly, it's actually fairly cheap. Skill-wise. Oh, hi. What do? Incombustible Remote Gulch. 30% monster fire resistance. Alright. I don't know what this is. Looks, so this is like a randomized map? I thought it was incombustible. Shit's on fire, yo. I know I'm being obtuse. Serpentine construct. So are these just kind of randomly constructed from a bunch of random enemies? I assume that's the case, because yeah, I haven't seen those snakes before, and they seem wildly out of place for a dungeon. I gotta say, I'm really enjoying. Oh yeah, Vol Fallen. Yeah, these guys have no thematic relation to each other. This is just kind of like a bonus map. Maybe kind of a taste of what maps are in this game. Wait. Question. Are the fire orbs that come out of Molten Strike considered projectiles? Because I just realized that's something I might want to look into. I guess maybe not for this mission necessarily, but still. Because that would actually be like super handy. My poor mana orb is so garbage. Like, you know, this guy's just been awkwardly this guy's been awkwardly shooting at me from the distance. Okay. So this is clear Vol side area. Oops. Vol letter. What did I say? What did I do? I flattered, I promised, I bared my skin and my soul to my beloved Atziri. I did everything but offer to die for her. Is that where I went wrong? Interesting. Alright, so we got spiked bundle, get rid of that. Wool gloves, get rid of that. Anything else here it's considered garbage? The answer is no. Ringmail boots, wrapped boots, and a vest. I'll leave the vest. Alright, so we got a vessel, and I don't think there's anything else particularly of use over here. I guess there's one chest. Nope. Okay. Yeah, let's go click the vessel. Oh, right. I was gonna quick pull up my inventory. Molten Strike. Projectile. Oh. Alright, I might have to go mess with some things. Vol Power Siphon. Vol Attack Projectile. Level 1, mana cost 0. Souls per use. Can store 1 use. Fires your wand simultaneously at all nearby enemies, culling those close to death, and granting you a power charge for each. Okay, so that's completely and utterly useless for what I'm doing. Yeah, it's probably not, Effie, you're right. It's probably not worth it for me to pick up all this blue gear. I'll think about that in a second. Let's see. Areas are huge. There's one mild complaint I could have about these things is that the levels are so large, there's not actually really much of a feeling of level design. It's just one roving horde of monster to the other. I guess once we get up to the maps, maybe it'll feel a little bit more specific. Though, boy, it's going to take some time to get there. Oh, I see. Never mind, it's not actually as large as it looks. It's kind of this giant snaking path. But most of it is water. Okay, so yeah, I'll pay more attention to blue gear. Only for their sockets. I'll have to take a look at that, I'll have to take a look at that, that loot filter. Because I know there are loot filters that are actually probably fairly handy to work with. See anything cool around here? Oh, yep, one guy. Glad I made the trip. Even if ultimately killing him was not really that substantial of a task. Trying to think of interesting, like, it's interesting playing these games specifically because there's such like a specific genre with like very minimal variations between, just in terms of like base mechanics. Like with Souls-like, there's always like a huge variance between one and the other. And going from like one ARPG, I guess there are differences. I would definitely say this is probably my favorite of all of the hack and slash action RPG, whatever you want to call them. Let's see, can you give stuff? Sure. I'm totally down with like random donations of fun goodies. Okay, let's just toss these. I gotta add the multi-projectile thing.
I'm starting to think there's more to life than prize or perish.
Greater life flask. Definitely could use that. Yes. Yeah, I guess if you do want to meet up with me in game, I'm actually just Wanderbot. I deleted my old character who is about the same level. Shit, have I actually caught up to my first character that I ever played? I didn't get very far. It was like mid-20s. And I like repeated things a couple of times. Frosty Fanny. What a name. Oh, jeez. He's fast. But yes, I am actually just Wanderbot, so it's super easy to find me. Let's just start dropping the blues. We don't need them. Be so nice if there's like a sort inventory button. Oh! Hold on to flasks so you can combine them into larger flasks. I could also just rebuy them. It's not that big of a deal. But yeah, you're correct about that. That is actually kind of a helpful thing. Oh, hi. Wow. You're quite high level.
Calm is gone. Our king has taken our finest 500 warriors and descended into the depths of Wraeclast. He spoke to us of a vision, a gift from the ancestors. Calm has been deceived. The vision was a gift from the Black Spirit. It has conquered Calm The Black Spirit has conquered the Karui way. Hyri has made ready her canoes. We will take those that are left, 500 forgotten families, and carry them back to their true homes. Back to Ngā Makanui. Calm's promises have led us into nightmare. Hyri will lead us back to the dawn.
So they've given up on their noble king. Okay, so I assume Vorinclex is the, I don't even know how to do these things. Can I do, like, /R? Or can I do Whisper? Ah, there we go. I assume, Vorinclex is, somebody in my chat. Robo-Sapien? Robo-Sapient. There we go. I'm getting tired. This is the end of... This is more or less getting to the end of the stream here. But yes, I don't know. I love it when people give me goodies. Even if I can't, like, properly make use of them, it's still just like, yeah, fun thing to mess around with and, you know, thank a person for. Especially if they have no more use for it half the time. Okay, it doesn't look like we've got much of anything here. So that was... Oh, there we go. And there's also... Pyrosalamander. Yeah, you feel totally free, by the way. Cavern of Wrath. Is that where the Allflame is? Somewhere around the ship graveyard. Well, I should probably... Let's go into the Cavern of Wrath quickly. I want to make sure it's the correct placement. World screen. There we go. I don't know if this is the one we want yet. Oh, but there's a waypoint there. Yep. Let's go back through that. Okay. So yeah, let's... I assume we have it now. Yeah, we do. Okay, so we want to keep going through. Yeah, so I'll, I guess Robo Sapient, seeing as you're hanging out in chat, I will bug you in a couple minutes. I'm more or less going to figure out the, I'm going to finish the Marooned Mariner quest. And then I'm probably going to call it because I'm starting to fade here fast. Yeah, because we're getting close to 2 a.m. and I was up late last night because new games came out that I wanted to cover. There's too many games, man. It's like actually a legitimate problem. Those look really fancy, too, actually. I guess I can actually... Let's... yeah, I can... I'm just worried that if I leave this area for too long, I'm going to lose my progress. I probably am not, but still. Let's see. Double check your character, see if there's anything I can make use of. Can you? Can you actually do cross-league items? Because I'm not actually sure if that's potentially doable. Yeah, let's just... I'm going to finish the ship graveyard cave. It's not going to take very long. And then we can talk about goodies. Makes me feel like an absolute cheap person. Getting gifts from people, but I don't know. I just enjoy it. It's kind of a neat... It's just a neat thing. It's like Christmas. Whenever anybody, like, meets up with me as part of one of these games, is like, have stuff. And I'm like, yes! Goodies! It's like loot, but I don't have to worry about the RNG because somebody else got that for me. Okay, let's just check these things. Okay, so it'll just be Lion Eyes Botch. Oh. I am churning through this cave fairly quick. Then I'll just town portal, because at that point it won't matter. I've already got the waypoint for progression. Not having to grind is fun. Seriously, if I could actually pay money in like some of these games to just inherently have like a slightly less grindy experience, I'd be totally down. I guess with this game, that's not the case. But like Fortnite is a great example of a game that like I guess you can pay money to get a whole bunch of those loot crate things, but it never feels right. Like I would much prefer a game that's just like, okay, so you pay money and now you're just considered like you're taken out of the grind. You can't trade with other players, but you don't have to spend nearly as much time dealing with RNG. So the slave girl is... She's just dead, isn't she? Yep. Alright, well, we get the Allflame. And a tricorn. Yes! I can be bloodborne. What server cluster am I in? I have no idea. Wasn't there supposed to be a boss here? Or did I already kill the boss? Oh, full clear. Ship graveyard cave. I guess I killed it. Huh. Weird. Well, I'm confused. I'm gonna quickly take a look at my build. So we want to go down, and then we want to go all the way to the right. Holy crap. But we probably also want to just keep going down. This is a funky build. Because, yeah, I think we want to get Golem's Blood and also the Jewel Socket. I'll have to take a look at that. Okay, but I think we're good. So I'll head back to Lion's Eye and we'll figure out these items. I guess I could pop a portal, but now this is fine. There's not exactly a whole lot of... If I go to the ship graveyard point, maybe I can hand the guy his thing. There we go. I'm totally gonna forget about all of this if I don't handle this. I'm sorry. Because my brain is not wired for these things.
My Allflame. My blessed, damned Allflame. Oh. You want your moment in the firelight now, do you? Unfortunately, necessity is what it is. And for the Allflame to give life, it must first be kindled with life. And since suitable kindling is in short supply around these parts, I have little option but to make do with what I have. Namely, you. Please understand.
Damn it! I wanted to hear the rest of it, but his dudes were wailing on me. Alright, whatever. Well.
It's not every day that I get to duel with a legend. Thank you, Fairgraves.
There goes his boat. That was the fastest sinking boat I've ever seen. Anyway, let's go back to Lion's Watch or whatever. That was quick. Yes, what server cluster am I on? Hell if I know. I don't even know how to do these things.
Fairgraves was a good man, a fine explorer. He opened the door to many a new world, for better or for worse, usually for worse when it came to the natives. There's some peace in the knowledge that he now rests where he should. Let's not speak of Fairgraves again, shall we? He was an inspiration to many. 'Twould be a shame to spoil a good hero.
Hey, we get a skill point for it. That's exactly what I want.
Mervale dwells in the caves beyond the wrecks, at the head of Siren's Cove. Leave her be, and we can only hope that she continues to return the favor. If you must take your chances with the Siren, then have this. It may be of some help. But please, know that you don't have to do this. Tarkley and I are getting used to having you around.
Let's see. Wouldn't removing the grind ruin most MMOs? Oh, absolutely. But I kind of also don't care that much. Swings a two-handed weapon in a circle. No, that's useless. Lacerate, AoE. Slashes twice, releasing waves of force that damage enemies they hit. Huh. Okay. I guess we're doing Lacerate. Seems decent anyway.
While we live, we are blessed.
I'll have to take a look at these. There's some moves I want to power up. Alright, well, I guess I'll go figure out getting those items somehow. I don't even know how this works.